The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, and verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh. Bashmi Shai. Hey, I'm gonna stop right there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh. Bashmi Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. Shalom to the 140 and 4,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp coming at you with another lesson. It's going to be straight to the point, and it's in regards to the destruction of Babylon, also known as America. All right. Babylon is symbolic for America in these last days being destroyed, man. This is what this is going into. All right. It's not talking about the ancient Babylonian Empire. All right. The ancient Babylonian Empire was not taken down with great violence, such as America, Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? America is going to go out with great violence, man. Thermonuclear war is going to destroy America. All right. This is one of the basic understandings that you must have coming into this truth. All right. You see? So we're going back to the basics pretty much, letting you know that America will be destroyed. This is major end time prophecy. And we're, almost at that point of America being destroyed due to all the things that are going on in the earth, man. World War III ramping up. You see it happening, right? Why? Because it's going to be a nuclear war. It's fulfilling biblical prophecy. America is Babylon. All right. And why? Because they strove against the Lord, man. This place is the most wicked place on the face of the earth, man. Everything goes against the will of Yahweh Bashmi Awashai here in America, Babylon the Great. It spews out wickedness and rebellion. All right. But they claim to be a nation under God, man. Not the God of the Bible. All right. This place gives you freedom of religion, which is what? Idolatry. Worshiping anything outside of the God of the Bible, Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai, is idolatry, man. And that's breaking the first commandment, out of the, the Big Ten, as they say. The first one is to not have any other gods before the Lord, man. And what do they promote here in America? Freedom of religion, free to be a goddamn homosexual, free to, be a Satanist, whatever, man. All kind of manner of wickedness is promoted here, man. And that's going directly against Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. And they're going to be destroyed because of it, man. Understand that. And also because they have the children of Israel in captivity, which would be you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go back really quick, one verse. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? All right, ancient Babylon is not a desolation among the nations. All right, ancient Babylon being Iraq, all right, that area over there, there's still people over there living there, man. So this is not talking about that particular place. It's not talking about ancient Babylon, man. All right. America will become a desolation among the nations here in the near future. Okay, the hammer of the earth, man. All right. America has been nothing but a terror unto all the nations on the face of the earth. I mean, look at what's going on now. You got America threatening Venezuela. All right. Over there threatening Nigerians. Okay, this is recent news, by the way. All right, they're in every country wreaking havoc, man, in some shape, form, or fashion. Okay, the hammer of the whole earth, man. People are becoming angry with Babylon, man. It's going to lead to their destruction. These nations are getting ready for war, man. All right, that's how the hammer of the whole earth is going to be cut asunder. The Lord is organizing these different heathen nations to destroy America, man. And then our Lord Yahweh Shai is going to cap it off when he returns to take all the nations down, man. You see, it's a beautiful scenario that's going on right now, man. It's all biblical prophecy. We just telling you before it happens, man. All right, so the hammer of the earth, the terror of the earth is going to be cut down. All right, now I want to read this one too. All right, now there's a point I want to make right here. In verse 24, it says, I have laid a snare for thee, which means a trap. All right, the Lord has laid a trap for America, man. It says, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. All right, so let's get a quick precept. This is what comes to mind when I read this right here. Because the Lord has set a trap for these Americans, man, who think that they can't be taken down. They're not even going to see it coming. All right. So here we have the book of Obadiah. All right. Verse 7, because Obadiah is only one chapter long, but a very, very powerful book in the scriptures, man. It goes into the destruction of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right. His main headquarters being here in America. All right. AKA Babylon. Now, this is Obadiah, verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy, meaning his allies, have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, they have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, and there is none understanding in him. Yeah, that's right, man. America's very own allies have been laying traps, man. All right, to snare America. As we read in Jeremiah 50 and verse 24, the Lord is organizing that, man, because the Lord is who controls the people on the earth. So he's organizing, this trap set for America, man. All right. And these Americans are so proud. They're the most proud. And they think that they'll never be taken down, man. They're not even going to see it coming. We're going to witness America being taken down by its own allies, man. Okay. Because they've been even a terror to their own allies. You know what I'm saying? The Europeans and whatnot. They've been shitting on them. Okay. America first policy. You know what I'm saying? They're not happy with that shit. All right. So yeah, man, it's going down, man. It's going down. There's no turning back from it. Okay. So let's go back to Jeremiah 50. So we left off of verse 24, talking about how the Lord has laid a trap or a snare for America, right? AKA Babylon, for its rebellion against the Almighty. Verse 25, the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashmi Yahushua, hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord, power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. And when you go into the Chaldeans, these were a sect of heathen back then. All right. Amongst the Babylonians, they were considered the magicians, man. They were heavily indulged in witchcraft. And America is likened unto that as well, man. All right. A lot of witchcraft and Satanism goes on here in America. Look at Hollywood, for example. Nothing but witchcraft, man. Mind manipulation. All right. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Pharmakia, that's another form of witchcraft, man. Sorcery. All right, the pharmaceutical, I'm not going to get too deep into that, man, but this is not medical information, by the way. All right. The pharmaceutical companies, all that stuff, man, that's considered witchcraft, man. So they're likened unto the Chaldeans, man. The Chaldeans were considered the wise men of the heathen back then. Okay. You got the scientists and all that shit here in America, Babylon the Great, that goes into that right there as well. Okay. But anyway, the weapons of the Lord's indignation are what? Those thermonuclear missiles, man. All right. And the Lord created those missiles through these Edomites, man. All right. He created the Edomites to, develop those nuclear missiles. Matter of fact, let's prove that real quick in the book of Isaiah. All right. So check this out. Here we have the book of Isaiah, chapter 54 and verse 16, right? And it says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. I have created the waster to destroy. What is this talking about, man? All right, this is talking about the Lord creating those scientists or the smiths. All right, you have a blacksmith, you have all these different occupations that deal with creating different instruments. All right, smith goes into scientist. All right, well, guess what, man? The Lord created those scientists to come up with the nuclear missiles, man, the weapons of his indignation. They've been created to be used in these last days, man. These nuclear missiles ain't just sitting in these different countries just to be sitting there, man. They're gonna be used in these last days to destroy America, Babylon the Great, man, and also to cleanse the land of Israel over there, which is inhabited by these damn 48ers, imposters. That's gonna be hit as well in the midst of World War III with nuclear fire. Okay, the Lord created these scientists. He created Esau, all right, and he made him come up with this technology to destroy himself. It says his sword shall enter into his own heart. Matter of fact, let's get that precept real quick. All right. So there you go, man. It's all in the scriptures. All right, check this out. So I got this right here, the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 12. I'm gonna start here and read down. All right, get to the point. It says, "The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth." Who is the wicked? The wicked is Esau, Edom, the so-called white race. All right, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And they're plotting against the just. Who's the just, man? The righteous seed, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, they're plotting to come up against us, man, and to, try to murder us, man, these last days. Why do you think you got ICE, coming after the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Latinos? Why do you think they're trying to demonize the so-called Negroes, all right, in these last days in the news media, so they can justify coming down with great wrath, man, as it tells you in Revelation 12 verse 12. So they're plotting right now, man. All right, these devils are not your friends, man. They're getting ready to come down with great wrath, as prophesied, man. We're in that time, so they're plotting against the just, all right, especially the elect, man. Lord willing, we're of that number. The men who are preaching His word, the truth, and the sincerity in these last days, they're plotting against us, and it is what it is. What does it say next? Verse 13. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. That's right, man. That's right. These devils don't win, man. They on their way out, man. They're at the end of their kingdom. All right, they're gonna be taken out of power, and our suffering's gonna come to an end. You see, the Lord, man, how's He laughing at Esau? Through His men, the prophets, man. All right, we see that His day is coming. His end is near. He's through. He's circling the drain right now, man. America is on its way out, and the rest of all the heathen rulerships as well, man. So let them plot and let them come up with all these different schemes. We know what it is, man. And call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for giving us the understanding of this. All right. Verse 14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. All right, who are the poor and needy? The Israelites, man. Who are the ones that have the upright conversation? The prophets, the men of the Lord that are preaching His truth, behind enemy lines here in America, Babylon the Great, and other parts of the earth. All right, moving in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You see, so they got plans on trying to do away with us. But what does it say next, man? Verse 15. Here's the point right here. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. You see, their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. All right, so there you go, man. That sword, their main sword, the main weapon, what? The nuclear missiles, man. That's what they use to terrorize people, man. They threaten them with that nuclear arsenal, right? Well, guess what, man? Their own invention, all right, it's finna be the same thing that takes them out, man. How ironic is that, man? All right, showing you that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is in complete control. All right, hey, look, we just telling you before it happens, man. America is destined to be destroyed and made completely desolate by way of thermonuclear destruction in World War III when it heats up. All right, let's get this in another translation. Let's get this in the NLT real quick. Check it out. Here we have in the NLT, the first one, it says, "But their swords will stab their own hearts, and their bows will be broken." Yeah, that's right, man. The Lord is finna take them out, man, by way of that sword, man, that nuclear missile, that glittering sword, as the scriptures also describe it. It's a glittering sword because what? When you see the missiles flying through the air, it has that, propellant system in the back, that fire. That's that glittering sword, man. It's finna enter into the heart of America, Babylon the Great, and also other parts of the world, man. Okay. Their sword is I'm gonna read down through these different translations. It says, "Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bow shall be broken." but their swords will pierce their own hearts and their bows will be broken. That's the point, man. You see what's going on, man. Their power is going to be broken. Once these missiles detonate, it's no more coming back for America, man. There will be no rising from the ashes like the phoenix, like they like to use that analogy. All right. No, man, there ain't gonna be no continuity of government. All right, all these different motherfuckers that try to hide in these bunkers here in America, they're gonna get cooked in those bunkers. Understand that. So I want to bring this out since I kind of quoted it. All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 40. It says, "For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever." Right, yeah, Yahweh, he's he's the entity that has no beginning or no end. All right. And we're going to live forever as well, man, once we're changed to our new immortal bodies as Israelites. All right, that second covenant is coming for the Israelites. And that's going to happen in the midst of the destruction, in the midst of the thermonuclear warfare, man. All right, but it goes on to say in the next verse, "If I whet my glittering sword," all right, there it is. That's that term, glittering sword. And whet means to sharpen, WHET. All right, and these Edomites have developed hypersonic nuclear missiles over there in Russia. All right, but it says, "If I whet my glittering sword and mine hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies and will reward them that hate me." There you go, man. Come on, man. Esau hates the Lord, man. These Edomites hate Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai and you Israelites. So guess what? Judgment is coming for them. All right, there's no escaping it, man. Edomites cannot be saved. The heathen can't be saved. All right. You see, judgment is coming for the enemies of Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai. And when you touch the children of Israel, you make yourself an enemy to the Lord, because we're his chosen people, man. We're the apple of his eye, as the scriptures tell you as well. So yeah, this is going into that nuclear destruction as well, that glittering sword, man. Matter of fact, let's prove it with another scripture real quick. All right, in the book of Isaiah, I believe it's the 47th chapter. Let's get into that. All right, Salaki, I said Isaiah 47. It's actually Isaiah 34. Okay, let's get this real quick. All right, so this is Isaiah chapter 34. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it." So listen up. "For the indignation," or the righteous anger, all right, "for the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies." Come on, man. "He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter." Yeah, World War III has been organized to gather these heathen to be destroyed, man. All right, that's what's going on, man. They can't get out of it. World War III is inevitable, and that's the war in which there's going to be a lot of people dying, man. All right, you heathen will be taken out of power in the midst of this war. Okay, especially you Edomites. Verse 3, "Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood." Man, a lot of dead bodies, man. There's going to be a lot of dead bodies in World War III, man. A lot of rotten bodies that are not going to be buried. They're going to be just sitting there rotting away, man. Verse 4, "And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree." What is that talking about, man? That's talking about the nuclear mushroom cloud that's going to be coming from those missiles when they detonate, man. The heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. When you look at a mushroom cloud, all right, when a nuclear missile is detonated, all right, you see it rolling and pretty much folding in on itself like a scroll is rolled together. All right, that's what was described in these ancient times to give you a picture of the nuclear missiles, man, being detonated. All right, and all the hosts of heaven, they're gonna fall down. Different fighter jets and all that shit's gonna be taken out of the skies, man. Okay, now let's see verse 5. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven." There it is. Check it out. "Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea." And Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom. All right, you Edomites. And the main place of Idumea today will be what? America, Babylon the Great. "And upon the people of my curse to judgment." Yeah, they're cursed, man. Esau is cursed to judgment. There's no escaping the judgment. He is the wicked who the Lord has indignation with forever. You understand? So all you Israelites out there trying to save Esau, you're going to fuck around and get destroyed with his ass. All right? Understand that, man. Because that is the enemy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the main enemy, are these Edomites. All right? And that sword, there it goes, that term sword. Like, remember we all went to Deuteronomy 32, that glittering sword? There it is right here. It's going to come down from the heavens. It's going to be bathed in heaven, right? Meaning it's going to be in the upper atmosphere. It's going to come down upon the land of America, Babylon the Great, and also the state of Israel over there, man. All right? So it says, verse 6, the sword of the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, is filled with blood. Means there's going to be a lot of death coming from him. It is made fat with fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats. Now, the lambs going to the Israelites. All right, the 2/3 of our people, all right, the wicked of our people, the rebels, they're going to die here. They're going to become a sacrifice here in America, man. And the goats being, you know, the Edomites, of course, man. All right, that's symbolic. That's what that's talking about right there. All right, you're going to have Israelites that die here in America along with Esau, man, because they want to continue to move in a state of rebellion, man. They're going to die with their master. All right. Massa, should I say. Now it says, for the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, hath a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. If you understand, Basra was an ancient city that was the main hub, you know, for these Edomites back then in the ancient times. Well, that's symbolic to now being America, Babylon the Great, prophetically speaking. All right. So there you go, man. I'm gonna read down a couple of more. It says, verse 7, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. Goodness. For it is the day, let me zoom in on that one, man. For it is the day of the Lord Yahweh's vengeance. All right. And the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. Who is Zion? The Israelites. All right. And that's who these devils have afflicted here. All right. From generation to generation. But, you know, here in America, they still have us in their hands. So the Lord's going to come back and give them their just due. Finally, man, it's going to be a judgment like none other. Okay. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. All right. It's going to melt, man. That nuclear heat is going to be so intense. With all those missiles detonating on this bitch, it's going to turn everything into pitch like tar. All right. Yeah, man. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be overkill. All right. But that's enough of that Isaiah 34. You can read that on your own time. I want to jump back to Jeremiah 50. All right. So we left off at Jeremiah 50 and verse 25. All right. Let's continue on. Verse 26. It says, come against her from the utmost border. Open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Or that great whore known as America, Babylon the Great. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's over, man. All right, America's on its way out, man. There's no saving America, Babylon the Great. All right, you see what I'm saying? Let nothing be left of her. There will be no inhabitants left here in America when it's all said and done with. All right, nobody will ever live here again. All right, verse 27. It says, slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. All right. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation, man. Because it's, you know, for all these generations, man, it's been seeming like these Edomites have been getting away with slaughter. All right, with you know, afflicting the people of the earth, especially the Israelites, because we're only concerned about Israel, man. Doing all kind of different medical experiments on our people, man. Putting chemicals in the foods, man, you know, and that's just one of, you know, many things that they've been doing, man, you know, but or a few of many, should I say. So they're finna finally get paid back, man. Slavery, all right, that hardcore bondage that they had us in, the things that they've done to the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Latinos, all right, and the Native Americans. They finna pay finally for all that shit, man. This is where we at with it. Verse 28. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, our power, the vengeance of his temple, man. Who's the temple, man? The elected nation of Israel. We're the ones who the Lord is dealing with, man. All right. His presence on the earth is with the elect, man. Starting with the 144,000, man, the prophets, the teachers. Okay. And so he's going to get payback and recompense on our enemies, man, by way of thermonuclear war, man. It's going to shake the earth, man. It tells you, when I think it's Isaiah 24, that the earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard, man. The earth is going to shake. The entire earth is going to shake at the downfall of these fucking devils, man. That's how intense it's going to be. And the earth is huge. So imagine what, force has to be exerted to make the whole earth shake. Come on, man. All right. I got to read a little bit more. All right. I'm getting ready to wrap this thing up, man. All right. Let's go to the next verse real quick. It says, call together the archers against Babylon. What are the archers, man? Those who have nuclear missiles, the different countries who have nuclear capabilities. All right, an archer shoots an arrow, man. The arrows are the missiles, right? Call together the archers against Babylon, all right, against America. All ye that bend the bow, all right, all those countries that have nuclear capabilities, and a lot of countries have nukes, man. Russia passing out nukes to these different nations like candy. All right. He might supply Venezuela. We'll see. All right. But anyway, it says, all ye that bend the bow camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done, do unto her. For she hath been proud against the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, against the Holy One of Israel. And all they do is blaspheme the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. Here in America, Babylon, all they do is promote wickedness and rebellion against the Lord and His order. And if they get fucked up behind that, man. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. So if you're part of the U.S. military, man, just understand what your fate is, man. All right. If the Lord ain't protecting you, man, because you're really fighting against the Lord, man. If you're on the side of these devils, man, then you're an enemy to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, man. So we're just letting you know, what's gonna go down if you're still a part of Esau's beast system, including his military. You're gonna be destroyed, man. All right, you're gonna be destroyed. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud. Who's more proud than the Americans, man? The American Edomite. That's the most proud, man. Saith the Lord, power of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. Yeah, that's where we at with it, man. That's where we at with it. You can expect World War III to intensify. It's not going away. It's not going nowhere. All right. You see, regardless of what these Edomites be trying to tell people, Donald Trump came and lied and said, in day one of his presidency, he gonna stop the wars and all that shit. It's still going on, man. Why? Because it's biblical prophecy. America will be destroyed in World War III by way of thermonuclear fire, man. I got one more just to prove that, and I'm gonna get ready to wrap this thing up. I gotta head out. I'm at the plantation, but let me get one more showing you that nuclear missiles are in the scriptures, man. So I'm gonna grab this real quick. All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 12, right, in the Apocrypha. Now check it out. It says, the earth quaketh, man, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and before the glory of His power. That's right. The earth is gonna shake. All right. The sea, the waves of the sea are gonna, cause great death, man. The tidal waves from the dead nations going off, man. It's gonna cause the ocean to rise, man. It's gonna be complete chaos, man. All right. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Now, this lets you know it's not talking about an actual bow and arrow that a man, here on the earth can shoot. You know what I'm saying? It's not talking about that, man. It's talking about a different type of arrow, a nuclear missile. And I believe the actual term that they use here in America for a nuclear missile is an arrow. Okay, you can look that up. So that it goes right along with the scriptures, man. The nuclear missiles are the arrows that the Lord is gonna shoot into the ends of the world, man. An arrow, you can't shoot a regular bow and arrow to another part of the earth, man. This talking about ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Missiles that can go from one end of the earth to the other, and these different nations have that technology. It's no coincidence, man. And they're not going to miss their target. They're all going to hit their intended targets, man, to fulfill the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. This is symbolic to the beginning of the kingdom of heaven, man, the taking down of our enemies, man, in World War III. So we're rejoicing that this thing is heating up, man. All right, we're not trying to, pray to the Lord to get him to stop this shit. Hell no, we're praying for it to intensify, man. It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. And part of those plagues are the missiles, man. It's gonna plague this bitch, man. All right. The fire is kindled, nuclear fire, and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth, man. So meaning the land here in America is gonna consume it completely. You ain't gonna be able to put it out. Ain't nobody gonna be able to put this fire out, man. It's gonna consume the entire land. All right, bringing this wicked ass place to an end. Okay, a couple of more. Verse 16, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. And aside from the nuclear missiles, that plague, the Lord is going to send other plagues as well, just like he did in ancient Egypt before we were delivered. He sent plagues upon the land and on the people. He's going to do the same thing to America. You can expect pestilence, famine, disease, all type of different things are going to go on here in America before that nuclear missile, before the plague of the nuclear missiles are brought forth. All right, they're not gonna turn back. There's no undoing it. In other words. Okay, let me see here. Verse 17. This is the prophet Ezra saying this. He saw these visions, man. He says, "Woe is me! Woe is me! Who will deliver me in those days?" All right, because he saw the vision of the destruction, man, and it spooked him. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, who gonna deliver me in that time? Showing you also reincarnation, because the prophet Ezra is probably here on the earth right now, prophesying. Okay? That's why he said that. All right? The spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. All right? He's probably back in the reincarnation right now. And the Lord gonna deliver Ezra because he's of the elect, man. That's how we're gonna be delivered and saved. All right? In these last days, man. You got Israelites that are, in these Christian churches and whatnot, talking about they already saved. Saved from what, man? We have to be saved from this destruction right here. All right, and only the elect will be saved. Lord willing, we're of that number. The Lord is not going to save the entire nation of Israel. All right? So, yeah, man. It's getting real, man. And as the days go by, we're getting closer and closer to this time being brought forth, man. All right, in which the nuclear missiles will be shot, America will be destroyed, and Yahweh Shai is going to return in the midst of it to save his elect. Matter of fact, I got one more to prove that. This is how we're going to be saved, man. This is how we're going to be saved from this coming destruction. Here we have this right here, the book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 20, going into the salvation of the elect, all right, which are Israelites. It says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed." That righteous anger, man. That thermonuclear fire. All right. And what are the chambers, might you ask? The chambers are the chariots, man. Those so-called UFOs, man. The chariots of Israel, as the scriptures call them. They're not being piloted by little green men from Mars. Those are the vehicles of the angels who are going to be dispatched, all right, to save the elect from the four corners of the earth. Here in America will be the greatest scene of deliverance, and also the other parts of the world where Israelites are at, man. The elect are in all other parts of the world as well, and they got to be taken up before the nuclear destruction, before the Lord shakes the earth, man. We're going to be taken up into the chariot. Our bodies will be changed to be joined with Yahweh Shai forevermore, man. That is what salvation is. And there's no heathen. All right, they're going to be taken up to be saved from this coming destruction, man. Understand that it's only for the nation of Israel and the elect of the nation of Israel at that, man. So I'm in this lesson right here. Lord willing, you were edified. Just want to do a quick one, talking about the destruction that's coming. It's a foundational understanding that you must have coming into this truth as an Israelite, man. All right. So with that being said, hopefully you were edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachah Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, a Kwam Yasharala and the Bible Ball. Shalom to the elect.